Let's ride! Motherfucking Michael Jordan. I know my bike's fucking pissing out oil like every fucking side of it. Oh, my bike's too old for this shit, man. We just ran down the mountain. I wasn't recording. That was a fail. That was the first fail. Second fail is we came to a stop, and one of the guys rolled up to me and goes, "Hey man, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna tell you." I said, "What's that?" And he pointed down at my bike and it's dripping oil. Ugh. So I'm not gonna push real hard. I don't know how much oil is gonna get on the fucking back tire right now. I'm gonna take it easy on it, revving the fuck out of it, because it's the higher up it's revved, the more it's gonna be leaking oil. So, anybody want to buy a DRZ? Here's the first thing we found out: counter shafts seal leaking. All too common on a goddamn DRZ. In fact, one of the guys had tools. We stopped off and cause he was actually picking up his shit. He's gonna have to get his into town and look for some hardware. One of his covers popped off and leaking oil, but he's got the cover. He just needs to get some new hardware, and it'll be money. Anyway, my horrid piece of shit of a bike was leaking on the countershaft side. We took the little cover off. Those of you with DRZs know what I'm talking about. The fucking bolt was just sitting in there, like it wasn't even on the fucking shaft anymore. So it's a pretty easy like fucking fix. Just had to put it back on. Nobody had the right size socket, but I had an adjustable, and it'll work. I fucking hammered it down. Put some Loctite on it. Somebody has fucking red Loctite, so it'll probably be on for the rest of its life. I can get it off, don't worry. A little bit of heat if I have to. Seriously, I've done that before. So I think that's back on enough. We'll have to check when I get back. I wiped a lot of the oil off. We'll see if it's pissed out anymore. Then off the other side of the goddamn motor, someone goes, "Man, you got oil spray on this side too." And everyone goes, "No, I think it's just from the from when it was busted on this side." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, probably." We go over there and look. I'm like, "No, this is way too much. It's like puddling in places." And they're thinking, "Yeah, you probably." They thought maybe my base gasket was leaking. Nope, it's this thing that's been fucking leaking on it more than 2 or 3 times now. A little brass fucking tube that goes into the side of the engine for the breather. Mine, that's not something supposed to pull out. It's pressed in. Mine has been loose for years. It just comes in and out. So to remedy that problem, what I did is I fucking put a slight line of like JB weld around it, like the 24-hour overnight JB weld, hammered it back in place, you know, so none of it got up in the case. You know, it's right on the very edge, and you gotta clean the fuck out of it, of course, when you do that. But I put that on there and called it good. But what's happened is it's fucking come loose. It's just all this fucking horrible hard running. I guess it's, you know, it's not really a permanent fucking fix. It's a half fix at best. So unfortunately for me, it's loose right now and it's leaking oil out the side. Awesomely, I checked the oil and I'm not low at all. I still have. It looks like so much has come out, but little goes a long way, as we talked about earlier. So it looks like I pissed out a whole bunch of oil, but fortunately a little bit. I talked to one of the guys. One of the guys has got JB Quick on him, so I'm gonna get back to the fucking hotel. I'm just gonna do the same thing. I mean, it was well over a year ago last time I did this fix to it, and it's lasted all this time. So I'm pretty much gonna do the same fix to it, but with JB Quick. That'll get me through this fucking trip. When I get back, I'm gonna have to fucking I'm gonna sort a few things out with the bike. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been perfect, so unfortunately. She's been a little bit crabby. It's one of those things that's, you know, this bike's fucking old. It's got like a lot of little things wrong with it. I mean, I love my DRZ. It's a great fucking bike. But there are 2 things really need to happen to this bike here pretty soon. One, it needs to be completely torn down. It needs to be like completely torn down, just everything gone through, suspension, Motor needs to be full rebuild. The transmission's slipping. I think at times, you know, like it doesn't want to grab a gear correctly. I think the dogs are probably getting rounded off. I mean, pretty much all the little bearings probably need to be replaced on it. It just needs like a full bike work through. And it's one of those things like where you either want to go through all that, or do you want to look at maybe selling it and buying something else, you know, something newer, something different for a change. I started to wonder, like something like the KTM 690, like, I wonder how good like people have with that bike, if it gives them hell, if it you know, if it's decent. And you got other questions, do I want to sell this bike or do I want to fucking part it out? So pretty much as it sits right now, I'm gonna have to fucking go back to the fucking hotel if I can find it, if the bastards haven't left me. Try to do a temp fix to the bike. Hopefully it'll hold for at least this weekend. If it doesn't, I'm just fucked, and that ends my weekend right now. And I missed the last trip down the fucking trail because the goddamn drift is retarded and can't really tell if it's running or not. When you think it is, you don't really know. So what I thought was running, it wasn't, and that was the fastest run we had down it. People were sliding all over the place. It was great. I was sliding, David was sliding, a bunch of other guys. We stayed pretty tight through there too. It was fun. Oh well, I'm just being crabby now. It's like this fucking binding morals. Like, I'm a complete piece of shit, right? Like, I got these weird fucking morals that's fucking me, man. You like blue waffles and you don't know where to come from. Don't even ask or you're gonna die.